Say hello, everybody out there in YouTube world. Say hello. Hello, I want to be scratched. Get that here. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Tiffany. This is Thumper. And this is our quilting life. Thumper is going to sew today. No, I'm just kidding. He's going back on the floor.
That's a good one. Thumper is going to sew today.
Ay, ay, ay. All righty. Let's see. Where am I on here? All right. We got Kim here, Catherine, Sharon, Lillimore, SZE, Esmeralda, Dawn, Tracy, Norma, John, Brenda, and Vicky, and many, many more. Hello, everybody. Thanks for hanging out and waiting for me to come on. I'm here now, so let's hang out. So you guys know, as of still to this day, I don't really pre-plan anything for live streams. Literally before the live stream, usually, well, either after church, before church, or after nap. Scott and I will go into the room, the fabric room, and go, and look on the walls and go, oh, that's what we're going to do today. Let's find something to go with it. Let's find something to go with it. And that's how we choose. Well, the same thing happened today. I had this Claude Monet pack. It's a charm pack from Robert Kaufman, and it's Monet stuff. Like, it's really pretty, really, really pretty. But the funny thing is on the top, I scooted this down a little, and I said, I have that fabric. Where did I see it? And I'm thinking, and I start looking, and then I was like, no, it's not in yardage. I know where it's at. It was in my three-quarter yard cut pieces. So I have the matching fabric for my charm pack, as well as the lighter version of that matching fabric as well. So both of these are 3/4 of a yard. And here's my thingy. And here is the 3 colors that came from the 3/4 of a yard bin also. A green, a purple, and a yellow. And they're just solids. I don't know what brand they are, so don't ask me. But this is a Robert Kaufman charm pack, and it's called Claude Monet. So, and it's 42 pieces, and it has duplicates in it, but they're cute, and they go with these colors, and I'm going to blend these 2 things in as well. You guys want to know a secret, though? This is the same thing as this, right? It's the matching fabric, and I bet you it's the same matching fabric line if it was the same line. This is actually High Fashion Fabrics that did a Claude Monet as well. So this is High Fashion Fabrics from 1997. See, fabric is repeated. Now you know why I don't want to design it, because somebody else already has twice. Different people in different eras. Like.
So it's Monet. I was thinking it was
No, it's Monet.
Yeah. Well,
yep.
Okay.
So it's just like swirly stuff of Monet. And I had a light and a dark version, and I'm going to use them both because even though they don't go together, I'm making it go together because it goes together. It's the same thing. But I knew I had it. So we're going to start by having Scott turn an iron on and giving it to me because my charm pack is not flat. I didn't even think anything of it. I was showing them the charm pack instead of realizing that it's not a flat charm pack. So if you could turn that on.
Yeah.
See, these pieces have been bent in this pack for a while.
Where's the water on that one? Good?
Yeah, almost full.
Okay.
I'm going to pull some of these out that aren't wonky. So far, is that the only one? It's just the one piece. I'm going to need the iron anyway, but...
Tell everybody that didn't watch last night's video to watch it.
Oh, yeah, and if you didn't watch last night, we randomly went live and had a destash of the small quilts. So $150 or less de-stash. So all the small like wall hangings, table runners, baby quilts kind of thing. So we had a de-stash of that. There's still some available. So if you're interested and you watch the video, just ask Scott in our email and he'll let you know if it's available or not. And if not, there's other ones that are. All right, so let me press this one out. So I had an idea in my mind. Come on, be hotter, iron, be hotter. My new iron is out at the long arm because I've been using it out at the long arm. I'm gonna just turn this a different direction. And what I'm going to do is, these are 5-inch squares, so I'm going to cut my lovely fabric here. Let's flatten that too. Into some 5-inch squares. Like I said, these are all 3/4 yard cuts. I'm literally going to flatten them a little bit and then stack them all up. These are different brands too because they have different selvage. They're not the same, but it's, you know, lavender and yellow and green, which are the colors that are in the charm pack. And we're going to make it work because we're going to have some fun. We're going to do something totally different. I have a thing in my mind. I can't explain it until we start doing it. Then it'll be self-explanatory. All right, stack this one on that one and do the yellow. My hair is blowing in my face. And this is a totally different brand as well. All right. These are all pressed, and I'm going to cut them all at the same time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 layers. We're going to cut 12 layers. Maybe.
Done with the iron?
Temporarily done with the iron. All right, let me stack these really nicely. And we'll cut all the sides so that they're nice and equal. And that everything is super duper straight. And no, I did not open them and whatever. I usually straighten my fabrics on my how I straighten my fabrics or how I cut my fabrics video that I did a long time ago. I usually straighten all the fabrics before I press them and put them on the shelves. All right, I think that gets all the layers right there. Let's see, will it cut all 12 layers? I will have to go over it twice. Ta-da! But I did it. Turn the whole thing around, and I'm going to cut 5-inch strips. I'm going to cut 2 5-inch strips off of this. So, 1. Go over it a third time just in case. And 2. My ruler is 5 inches, so part, nope. Right there. There we have it. Move that out of the way. All right, now going to open and then subcut 5-inch squares to go with my 5-inch charm squares. I don't know how many I'll need because, you know, we're just coming up with something. I know the idea in my head, but yes, I'm just going to cut through all these layers again. I have bad habits of doing this, cutting through multiple layers, and I probably should use the 60 millimeter rotary cutter, but I'm so used to the 45 that I always like not use the 60. 5 inches. I'm going to have to fix that because that was on the fold. Press these folds down. Actually, I'm just going to cut them off. I'm not wasting that much. That's annoying. I don't want to press it. Yes. Sorry. My phone's going off. And one more for now. If I have to cut more yardage, I will. All right, that's garbage. Garbage, garbage. Throw that aside. But for now, I have a bunch of strips. And what I'm going to do is we're going to make 9 patches. And we're going to make friendship stars. So I'm going to use 9 different fabrics. 9 different fabrics. I'm just going to make a giant mess here. There's repeats in here. We're trying not to use all the repeats. Okay, those are those. Slide that over because we might need more. I'm going to separate the repeats. It looks like 3 of each. One goes here. That one is there. That's 3 of those. 3 of these. 3 of those. 1, 2 of those. 2 of those. 2 of those. 3.
What is your design made of?
What is my what?
I don't know. Design of what?
Design of what? Somebody said, what is your design made of? I don't know what we're talking about here. All right, I'm going to put this there. Oh, I still need those fabrics too. I was going to cut that to be in the center of everything. The lighter one. Let me cut 5-inch squares off of here real quick to be my center pieces. I got to press it first. Lay it right here.
Do you have enough scraps, or do you want people to send you them?
I don't need scraps. No, I don't need scraps. Yardage and blenders. Yardage of blenders and things like that, because I always need something to go with something. If you're going to send anything, I don't need no more scraps. I need yardage or blenders of yardage, you know. Blender fabrics. All right, 5 inches. We'll cut 2 strips because I don't know how many blocks I'm making since I'm making 9 patches. I'll just move that out of the way for now. Like, this is the same exact fabric. You know?
It is very nifty looking.
So weird that, you know, this was 97 and the new one, I don't know when. They probably don't even have a year on them. No, it doesn't have a year, but I mean, I'm going to assume within the last like 6 or 7 years. All right, I'm going to cut some 5-inch squares. We're going to try to keep our big pieces as 5-inch squares, by the way. I know it's a little bit of waste, but we can do something with our extra stuff. All right, put that there, throw that in the garbage. Here is my centers. All right, we're just going to stack these up for my centerpieces and see how many 9 patches I can get. All right. We're going to start with 9 just to see. All right, let's go around it. Like this. 1, 2.
How do you get what's in your head on paper for different sizes?
How do I get what's in my head on paper for different sizes? I don't. Usually what's in my head is just the only size that's in my head. Oh, I already have one of those. Let's put a yellow. Oh, I already have a yellow there for the previous one. Let's do this color. All right, that's 2 in every pile. Now let's do 3. That 3 already? Yep. That's 3. 3.
Need water?
No. 3. Okay, that's 3 in every pile. I don't think we're gonna get 9. 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
Clip?
Nope, I have a red.
Okay. I could have got you a clip.
Where am I at? 2, 3. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 5. 5. 5. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm making sure there's the same amount each pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I already counted that one. So let's make this 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So it looks like we're making 5 9 patches. Just 5. But that's okay because the rest of everything I can use for something else. Plus we're adding to this anyway. It's not going to be just this plain, okay? All right. Now we're going to take the 4 pieces, this pile, and take some of these, this pile, and I'm going to put them right sides together and sew from corner to corner and cut off the excess from the other side because we're trying to keep everything at 5 inches. And I'm just going to use a different thread.
A Juki? You gonna use a Juki?
I need to switch to white thread. I was binding right before today's live, so trying to get stuff done.
Yeah, you quilted and bound a quilt today.
Yep, I quilted and bound a quilt today. I managed to get stuff done. I'm just going to keep that in the bobbin, though. I don't care if it's 2 different colors. All right, I'm going to sew from corner to corner, so that way I still have a 5-inch square. Now I just need to make sure that it's on the corner. There's only 5, so, and there's 3 colors, so we'll do.
You still want the iron plugged in?
Yes, please.
Okay.
We're gonna
You
do
can iron something?
1 of each. That's 1. No, that's 2. Not right now. That was 1, right? I'm trying to sew 2 pieces. Go figure. And instead of drawing a line, obviously, I'm just sewing from one side to the other. Grab another one, do this again. The next color was purple. And then when I do the next pile, it'll start with yellow. Why? Because I can. We're gonna mix it up. All right.
What is a blender?
A blender is colors that are like this fabric right here, or hold on. I'm gonna have him hold it up. Hold on, let me pull a couple of them just so that they can see, because I know there's some in here. That one, this one, this one is a blender. Just hold these up, this so they get the general idea.
The colors that blend.
They're colors that blend. You can make it go with anything. 2, 3, 4, and 5. That was the bottom. I'm trying to keep them in order. And I'm just going to stack them back up out of the way for now. So blenders are just like, they look like a solid or reed solid, but they're not. Like grunge is a blender. Fossil fern is a blender. Trying to think of other blenders that I like. You get the picture. All right, this one's going to start with yellow. This one ended with purple. Yep, this is yellow.
Which needle is best for quilting? Quilting needle or top stitch needle?
Which needle is better for quilting? I could tell you this much. I pretty much only use 9014 on this machine, and it works with all the threads I've put through it. It's a universal needle with a universal number, and everything fits through it, and I don't have any problems at all. Some say only use this kind or only use that kind, and honestly, I don't see any difference. The only time I have, on my long arm is different because my long arm requires an 18 or a 16. My embroidery machine, I use a 8011, no, 8012. Yeah, 8012, I think is what it is. Something like that. It's an embroidery needle. Then I have jersey needles for it as well. I don't even know what number those are. I'm not a needle connoisseur.
How long have you been quilting?
I've been quilting for pretty much like 11 years. I am not a know-it-all, nor have I done it all, but I have done a lot, so I know a lot. So I'm a pretty competent teacher of making quilts. All right, that one ended with green, right? Yep, so that means the next one is purple. Let's separate these piles again. Next one is purple and then yellow. So we'll go to this pile. We're now on purple. I probably should have chose 4 colors. I didn't think anything about that, but that's okay. Purple and yellow. Right now I'm just making half square triangles, but keeping them 5 inches. Back to green. I'm just sewing from corner to corner. I laid out 9 patches. I'm not adding anything to the center. I'm only adding to what's above the center and to the sides of it, not the corners. Not doing anything with the corners. All right, green, purple. And the yellow. Put this on the bottom. Trying to keep them in the order of which I laid them out so that the colors are nicely blended throughout. All right, if that one ended in yellow, that means I'm going to start with green. Probably didn't need to cut as many pieces as I cut, but that's okay because we're having fun. Green. Purple. Yellow. And green. And then purple. So I'm only making 5 of this specific block, but we'll cut out for other blocks. And purple is the last one. Just one. I just want one. All right. So we're going to be making, after we trim and press these, we're going to be making friendship stars, but we're going to have fun with those. We're not going to keep them what they are. So I'm going to go ahead and cut away one side of all of these with a 1/4-inch seam. The top. And I can sew those at a later point. I'm not going to do it right now.
Do you know anything about the double needle capability? When is that?
The double needle capability, my machine does not have that. Other machines do.
Yes, hers has it. She's asking if you know anything about it.
Yeah, I've used the double needle before when I was repairing jeans in the past. I'm pressing these, by the way, towards the colors I added, towards my solids, because I'm trying to keep them straight.
Oh.
They're on the bias, and I don't want them to get all wonky.
Everybody hear that? I got fired already.
Fired, didn't even start.
Didn't even start, yeah.
All right, let's cut these ones now. Just cutting one side off. And I'm keeping them in order as well. So I'm stacking them right now in one order, and then I'll restack them in the other after I press them. That way they're back in the original order. That's how I do things.
When you're binding a quilt, do you use a walking foot?
When binding, I do not use a walking foot. I rarely ever use a walking foot. Even if I quilt sitting down, I don't use a walking foot. There's very rare occasions that you'll see me use the walking foot. Mine sounds like a machine gun. It's annoying to me, and I can get the same results just sewing properly with, this regular foot. All right, that one will go that way. Let's cut these. Cut that side off because that side is the wonky side. I don't want to have to trim anything, so I'm doing it a certain way. not in the mood. I like projects where you don't have to trim your half square triangles, you know? This is the part that I'm trimming at least. You know, separating it. But right. So go that way. I'm making friendship stars.
What brand is your cutting mat?
My cutting mat is Fiskars.
Tell them a little bit about it. You like
It is a 36 by 24 cutting mat. And I actually love it. I use my cutting mats so much that I have to replace my cutting mats. But Fiskars, I don't do it all the time. It only happens when they get damaged. Like this one got damaged right away, somehow, some way. If you have your receipt, your original receipt, and 5 years down the road, the mat has some kind of damage, or you cut it and it literally cut the mat, like if it was that bad, they'll replace it for you for free.
Plus, it's only $35 at Walmart.
And it's only $35 at Walmart, so we don't really replace them as often unless they come damaged, then we do. But yeah, they replace, Fiskars replaces for life. And that's on most of their supplies. So they have special cutters and so on and so forth that you can get, and they will replace them.
Is it better to bind from the front or back?
Is it better to bind from front or back? That is personal preference. Personal preference to those of you out there. Some people like to put the binding on the front and then hand stitch tack, whatever you want to call it, to the back. Some people, like me, like the look of sewing it onto the back and wrapping it to the front because it gives that extra finishing look and it's not really, really skinny on the edge. I like that, the back to the front. Some people hand stitch them either way. Some people don't. Like me, I'm all machine. All right, I'm going to just put one up here so that you can see. You should be able to see them good because they are darker colors. We're going to make friendship stars.
When machine quilting, do you adjust the stitch length when you sew without a walking foot?
When machine quilting, do I adjust the stitch length when sewing without the foot? Well, if I sit down machine quilt, I always stitch with about a 2.5 to 3 millimeter stitch length anyway. All right, so there's a friendship star. I'm going to make 5 of them, which is what I have here. So I'm going to go ahead and just chain piece these through. We're not going to leave them as they are either. We're going to destroy them. So I'm going to go ahead and sew all these through with a 1/4 inch seam, which I have to give myself a 1/4 inch seam with a lovely guide because I can't sew without it. I'm going to chain piece them. Two. And 3. Then I go back to the top to chain piece again. Only the first and second row. What'd you say?
Do you ever do applique blocks or do you only piece fabric together?
I do applique. So applique is not really my thing per se, but I have done it several times and it could be really awesome. And I have videos where I am doing applique, where I made something and I'm appliquing on the, thing, the whatever I'm appliquing. I've done plenty of it. It's not something that's my go-to. My go-to is piecing.
did a Christmas custom quilt. That was a mega.
Oh yeah, I did a custom Christmas quilt many years ago, and it was all applique. The back was pieced. Oh yeah, it was like at least 10 years ago, 9 years ago at the most. Pretty sure it was 9 years ago.
Okay. Do you have videos on beginner free motion quilting?
I have lots of free motion quilting on the long arm, which you can do on a sit down. I also have sit down ones, but they're really old and harder to watch. There are some times where I've sat down to do it right here on a live stream. But I haven't done it in a long time, so you'd have to find it. It would be on a Sew Sunday, though, if I did it sit down.
Would you have any use of an applique kit of a pig that measures 18 inches square?
Would I have any use for an applique pig that measures 18 inches square? Probably not.
How does raw edge applique hold up when washed?
How does raw edge applique hold up when washed? Usually pretty good. So far, the people that have had raw edge applique quilts by me, it's been fine. Most of the time, raw edge applique ends up being a wall quilt, though, and then it never gets washed. All right, I'm going to go right back to the beginning again, and I'm going to press towards the, looser piece, towards the piece without a half square triangle on it, and I'm going to just go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, until all of my pieces are made. And press towards the piece that doesn't have anything on it. It's the blank piece.
What would cause my fabric to veer off to the left while I'm sewing?
What, huh?
What would cause my fabric to veer off to the left while I'm sewing?
Are you sewing? I found this to be a very troublesome thing for myself. Before I started sewing with machines that had a table, all of my stuff would fall off the bed. So if this was not here, think about it. This is physics right here. Everything's going to fall. You sew it. The next one is going to yank and fall. Watch.
So in other words, you need a table.
Let's get this on here. It's so much harder to do without that table. But see, there's weight on it pulling, so it's all falling, and it's going to the left. And it wants you to sew that way, too, if you're not using a seam guide. Also, the weight of all this needs to be on your lap, not on the floor, because this weight is also heavy. So I suggest, if you don't have one, get an extension table for your machine. There's a brand called, what is it called? I forgot what it's called. Somebody in the chat will know, but there's a brand that makes for any machine. If it's not even, one that didn't come with one, they'll make you, it's a acrylic base that, this saves everything. I do veer, though, if I let things hang. If it falls off my lap and starts hanging, then everything starts to veer. The table has changed my world. Sewing without it doesn't work very well. All right, we're at the top again. So that would be a reason for, things going to the side, veering off.
How's your thread guide attached to the machine?
How is the thread guide attached? You mean this right here? It's hooked on. It's screwed in or bolted in underneath this plastic panel, and then it comes up and down. Just finger pressing everything for now. On the bottom. Another thing that has changed my life when it comes to sewing, again, in the beginning, I didn't have anything fancy. And once I got the TL 2010, why am I not rolling? I got stuff under my wheels or something. The knee lift. The knee lift has been a big big help over the years. Yeah, it's probably indenting me because now I'm getting stuck. Yep. Well,
Sorry.
it's okay. Just need to apply a little bit more pressure when I.
got you the thicker nub extendable, which is perfect.
Yeah.
I could have got you the thinner one that's harder plastic, then it would have been broken a year. So hopefully this lasts more than a year. I'm sorry.
Oh, out of bobbin. Let's find one that's actually the color that my top thread is, which would be the one sitting right here, which is not full, but we're going to use it anyway until it's empty. I took it out to put the other color in. I don't need the purple now because I'm done binding.
How does the knee lift help? I have one, but have never used it.
The knee lift helps because it's like an extra hand. I don't have to stop. So let's not use the knee lift for a second. I got to hold this still, grab this piece, lay it on here, and now I need to lift up my presser foot, put it under, and sew. So that extra second. So let's do that again. Without the knee lift, I'm taking my piece. I got to hold it first. I can't hold it with two hands. You know, I got to hold it, lift, set it under. So, see that extra second that I'm wasting lifting that dumb thing when I can just do this. No extra second involved. It's just right there at my knee. I'm just going to bring these down off the wall.
You have to take your hands off the material to pick the foot up.
Huh?
You have to take your hands off the material to pick the foot up.
Do I have to take my hands off the material to pick the foot up? No, I don't do anything. I just barely lift the foot to get this under there so it doesn't fold. I know you don't understand it unless you understand it. Sometimes if you force your material under there without lifting the foot just slightly, it'll pucker, and you don't want puckers. All right, every 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm going to snip it apart. 1, 2, 3, snip it apart. 1, 2, 3, snip it apart. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And now I have my 9 patches ready to be sewn together. I'm just finger pressing in opposite directions, and I'm going to sew them before anything else. I'm just going to go right sides together, line it up.
Does the knee lift bother your thread?
The knee lift does not bother me at all. When I first had my hip fixed, even though my hip's bad again, when I first had it fixed though, it was like butter moving my leg. Now it hurts to lift my leg again, but once I get my hips replaced, I'll be fine again.
See the knee lift.
So the knee lift is a bar that hooks into a hole that I can just slide it in and out if it gets in my way. If I need to lift and pivot, I can do that at any time. I don't even think about it. It's literally just right there. It's like a extra hand. It's natural. When I was at Becca's house and I was sewing on her, what is that machine called? Her 301, her vintage machine. It doesn't have a knee lift, and I was like, what the heck am I doing here? Very different. I don't think I was able to add the knee lift to the Juki either when we put it up on the desk. I don't remember. It's been a few weeks since I've been there, so I'm going to do these 2 real quick. And then do another one. I probably should just do them all in order, but I didn't. There's one. Just get it as flat as you can.
Oh, I was going to hang it on the wall.
Oh, just press it real quick.
I'm not allowed to, remember?
I didn't say you weren't allowed. I
Yes,
just said
you
not
did.
that first step.
You fired me.
I didn't fire you.
Yes, you did. They want to see it. It looks cool. Oh, they can't even see it. It's too high up. Here, bring it up here and show it to them.
He's going to show it to you. It's not pressed yet, so it looks funky.
All done. Looks like a throwing star in the middle of.
I call these.
Painting.
They're called.
Throwing stars.
They're called friendship stars, but we've always called them ninja stars or throwing stars. Oh, come on, you dumb thing. Go the way I finger pressed you.
Just want it flat.
Yep. Obviously makes sure the seams are pressed out. Yeah, but you gotta make sure the seams are pressed out at least.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Turn it over and make sure they all go the same way because I need them to be flat for the next
Tell
step.
me a direction. Do you want them all in? Do you want them all out?
I want them all facing the way that they're supposed to go. And did I run out of? Oh no, I came unthreaded.
Well, I can't because you have the edges sewn on the middle one. So the middle one has to be screwed up. Tiffany?
Let me
I
fix
can't go a
this.
different way. I can fix this one and that one, but this one and this one have to be.
No, they do not.
What are you gonna? Oh, you're gonna turn all the way down. Okay, I see what you're doing. See, you're smarter than me. I knew it. You just made that one up. There you go.
There. Oh, push
that one or this
yeah.
one.
Because I was trying to show you what to do. All right. Hopefully that didn't come unthreaded because I ran out of thread.
So over it. No.
I didn't technically put a full bobbin. I put a partial bobbin. As in, it's going to run out soon. There's another one. I like the perfect color choices, at least. The purple, the green, and the yellow. Did I really just say yellow?
Color it is, yellow.
It's yellow.
Well, isn't it yellow?
Yep, it's yellow.
Either yellow or it's not yellow.
It's purple. It's rain. Rain, yellow, and purple.
Yellow's a color. I don't know what you're saying.
I'm being silly about the colors.
Oh. This was a twin size. What cuts are needed?
If this was a twin size, I would use four charm packs. I'm only using one charm pack because all I had was one charm pack of this print.
So it ain't gonna be no.
So it ain't gonna be nothing big. It's just gonna be a little
twin
thing.
size.
I'm gonna get it as big as I can though with all the extra fabric. I'll get them. It's no big deal. But then you'll put creases on the front.
That's how you ironed it from the back, so
I don't. I do front first.
You just did one. I did from back, so.
let me press these real quick. I'm just pressing out on all of them. Perfect. I have no idea how this is going to look besides what my brain thinks it's going to look like. So again, we're just having fun. That's what we do here on my channel. Is have fun and play with fabric. I just want them to be flat as can be. So one charm pack gets you 5 9 patches with the added, pieces that I added. If you didn't add it, you won't get 9. You won't get 5, you'll get 4. To make like a table runner or something. All right. So they're stars right now. But we're going to take them and chop them up. Why? Because we can. We're going to take a ruler. And we're going to take this right here. And we are going to chop it down the center and the center, which is about 2.5 inches in. And we're going to make a disappearing friendship star. Yeah, before all those friends you don't like, we're going to make them disappear. We're going to go 2.25 inches from the seam. We're going to chop it. We're going to go 2.25 inches from the seam. It's been a long time since I've done anything disappearing. 2.25 from the seam and chop. Now we don't have a friendship star anymore. I'm going to put these blocks up here on the wall so that you can see it was a friendship star. I'm going to keep them in order until they're all cut. And then I will, we're going to mix them all around and have fun. All right, again, let's disappear another one. 2.25 inches from the seam. 2 1/4. 1/4. And then turn it. 2 1/4 on the seam. All right. Yep, all mixed up. I'm just going to put them on the wall before I start flipping and moving things. Okay, let's do it again. We're only doing it 5 times because we only have 5 blocks. On the wall before we do anything. All right, 2 more left. 2 1/4 from the one side. That gives you your center. Cutting down the center, both directions, but 2 1/4 in from your seam. Here, I got these nice giant.
You're saying this is for a non-quilt worthy friend.
Yeah, right. Yeah, non-quilt worthy friend. That's right. We're making our friendship disappear.
Block friends.
I'm just being silly. You guys know, obviously.
Do you have a problem with distortion in your blocks when finger pressing?
Do I have a problem with distortion with finger pressing? Yeah, sometimes I do. Yeah. I could admit any day of the week, it doesn't bother me to tell you guys that I do get wonkiness. I do get funkiness, and I do mess things up. I am not perfect. I don't make perfect quilts, although when people get them, they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's perfect. Well, it really isn't. I can point out I could point out anything that's wrong with anything, like really, you know. And my long arm clients, they want constructive criticism, you know. They want me to judge their quilts. And guess what? I do. They may not like what I have to say, but I could say it, you know, but it's constructive. I say what you can do to change things and so on and so forth, you know, like not sewing, you know, your seams with a 2.0 stitch length and you're sewing them with like 2.5 and 3 millimeter stitch lengths. That right there, that will cause your seams to fall apart and just keep falling apart, you know, and then they might even pop open while I'm quilting and then I just ruin everything, you know. So 2.0 stitch length, best stitch length to use for everything. All right, we made them disappear. Well, we're going to make them disappear now. We've cut them. We're going to turn that around, ta-da! Let's turn this side around and turn this side around. You can get this material anywhere. I'm going to turn this one around and turn this one around. And then we'll turn. No, this was not Walmart. The Robert Kaufman came from one of the stores. And then, which ones am I turning? Oh, I was doing, yeah, that's fine. Whatever. It doesn't matter as long as they're getting turned. Turn that one. And turn this one. Nope, not this one. Brain fart. Turn this one. Aha. That makes more sense now. Look at that. It's funky and it's different. Disappearing friendship star. Or you can just call it the disappearing ninja star. Anyways, now we're going to take our matching fabric and we're going to make, after we sew these together, I'm going to sew these together real quick. Let's sew them together and then we'll cut the pieces we need for this right size. So I'm going to just sew these together. I only turned mine the one, you can turn them a different way, all the way around if you wanted. I'm just turning them the one time, the two outers, you know, flipping them out. You could do it however you want. You can mix and match them if you wanted. I'm going to sew them together every two so that way I can chain piece all these. See right here, I have wonkiness right here. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to improvise around my wonky to make sure that I still get my 1/4 inch seam in there, which I will be. But I shouldn't be changing the size of the block too much, because hopefully I'm not, at least. Yeah, I envisioned it. I've never seen anyone disappear a ninja star or a friendship star, you know? So I figured we'd do it today. And then I could put this all together on one row and make a table runner with it, but we're not going to do that. We're going to make some secondary blocks. All right, every two go together when you chain piece certain ways. So now I'm obviously turning them into 4 patches. They were 9, now they're 4. I'm just going to press one way, turn, press the other way, and then sew it together. I'll probably have to trim the blocks. They're kind of looking like they need a little bit of a trimming. Oh, out of that bobbin, I knew it would happen. Aha, I have a white. Woohoo! Excuse me, sorry. Normally I don't sneeze, but I pulled the bobbin out and that really let some dust loose.
Good.
That definitely made me sneeze.
God bless you.
Thank you. Speaking of God, I got to tell you guys something. Some people already know because they were on Facebook, but I'm going to ask my prayer warriors out there. I know we don't ever talk religion or anything on here, but I'm going to ask my prayer warriors for a prayer request out there. I'd like to get this out there. So my daughter Maxine, you guys all know her. She's been on my channel a bazillion times. She's the one that usually has short hair. Oh wait, both my daughters have short hair. Never mind. Did you guys know? Because I did videos with her, sewing with her. And we did the mommy and me quilts. Anyways, well, Maxine is 23 years old. She has recently been diagnosed with cervical cancer. Yes, I know, another hit to our family. Go figure. So she has surgery scheduled for Wednesday, April 1st at 7 a.m. in the morning. And no, it's not an April Fool's. So she's going in. She's stage 2 cervical cancer. So she's going in to get a hysterectomy. So I'd like my prayer warriors out there, if you guys would just give a little prayer for Maxine and hands for the doctor to make sure that he gets all the cancer out of her and so on and so forth, so she wouldn't need further treatment. So there that is. So anyways, there's that. And also, I'll probably just show you guys in a picture later, but she's not on here watching because she's at work. I finished her mommy and me quilt, and I'm going to give that to her tomorrow. We're going to surprise her with it because, well, she's never came to finish it anyway. So she's going to get her quilt tomorrow. Turned out amazing, I think. Alrighty. So now I'm going to press these real quick, and then we're going to, I think I'm going to trim them because some of them are a little on the wonky side. We're going to trim them to a size that's all close enough, and then cut this fabric, and some of this other fabric is already cut, and we'll do with that what we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and press these real quick. Make them nice and flat. Oh, this looks so funky. I like it. I like funky. I'm just going to put it on the wall for now until I grab a ruler so that you guys can see funkiness. Oh, no, that's not the way I press the seam, that way and that way. And that way. I'm going to grab a big ruler when I'm done, and we're going to trim these. I'm just gonna put this on the
Is
desk
it the
now.
square one on the wall behind me?
No, it's this one right here.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's a bigger one.
Oh, not that one. We need
The real big one? You want me to
the
get it?
bigger one.
The real big one?
I got it. My real big ruler.
The big dog.
Yep, my big dog. That's the biggest ruler I have. All right. One
While
more.
you're over there ironing, I will show these.
He's going to show the blocks while I'm
So I
ironing
can
real
see
quick.
'em up close.
He's showing them up close so that you guys can see. Here's another. There's another one.
Those look cool.
And here's this one. They do look cool.
Well, it's pastels once again, which really isn't my color style, but they do look cool. I
Yeah,
like the
Scott's-
design of them.
Scott's not into pastels.
Well, I like the design of them.
All right, so now I'm going to take and trim these so that they're a little bit more square. I'm going to find a size that they all seem to be about. And it looks like they're supposed to be 13 1/2. I'm going to see if I can't get that full 13 1/2 from all of them. That way I know what to cut my other pieces. Go right there, 13 1/2, 13 1/2. Nothing really needs to be trimmed on that side. All right, 13 1/2. Let's see if I can get that from the rest of everything. Remember, I didn't cut any of my squares, so, you know, the 5-inch squares from the charm pack were obviously not exactly the same as my 5-inch squares that I hand cut myself. So nothing is perfect here. So I'm literally getting slivers. Good thing I only have 5 blocks though to do. The rest we're going to make from the other ones. See, so just a little bit of wonkiness. Just a little bit. And 1/2 right there, right there, right there. If you don't have a cutting this big, just use your mat on your cutting mat itself as the measurements. Just line it up and make your cuts. Two more left to do. See, this is what I mean by wonky. See how it has just a little bit hanging down? See, that's what I mean. It's just slightly, because my pieces weren't the same as the pieces in the charm pack. They never are. Our cuts are always different. Charm packs and layer cakes and jelly rolls are always off. Always. I don't think I've ever had a perfect, any one of those. I've had elbows in the jelly rolls like crazy. That's usually with the cheaper brands. Just put them right there for a second. One more. Yeah. 13 1/2 right there. There we go, right there.
How big is this?
How big is this? These blocks are 13 1/2 right now. I don't know how big the project will be. There's 5 of these, and we're going to make a giant 9 patch. So 13 times 3, whatever that is, plus whatever I do for borders. All right.
So it's gonna be a decent size.
It's gonna be just a little baby lap or abouts. That's all you really get from a. What's the word for it? Hold on, I'm thinking words. All right, you can put the camera facing up now. This. Put one up here. Put one right here. My giant boxes need to be slid out of the way momentarily. And put this one right here. So let's make 4 blocks from this. What did I say? 13 and a half. That's right. So let me press this real quick. I need just 4 13 and a half inch squares, but I'm going to have to cut 2 13 and a half inch strips off of here because that won't be the right size, as we already know. I'm just going to use this ruler because it's literally right here in front of my face. That's on the fold. That's on the fold nicely right there. Cut straight. 13 and 1/2. By the way, this is a 15-inch Omnigrid ruler, if you were curious. 13 and 1/2. There. Come on, you dumb thing. All right, that over there. Open this up. We're going to get 2 and 4 13 and a half inch squares. Because all we need is 4. I'm going to press this again because now I got to press the fold. Make it all nice and flat. The rest of it I'm not worried about. Cut the selvage off and then cut 13 and a half inch squares. Stop moving, ruler. Thank you.
Want me to hold the ruler while you cut?
Nope. 13 and 1/2 right there. All right, toss that out of the way. Don't need that. Now we're going to take these and those 5-inch squares that I overly cut a bunch of. Those 5-inch squares that I still have a bunch of. I'm going to take those and we're going to snowball the corners. That's it. That's all we're doing. Make sure these are all separated because I can't never pull them apart. It's very hard for my fingers to do that. So I'm going to do the same thing I did with the blocks. I'm just going to alternate the corners. Move that out of the way and sew from corner to corner. Lining it up on my seam tape. So that one's green. This one could be, what did I do? I did green, purple, yellow is how I did previously. And this ain't going to change the size. It's still going to be 13 and a half inches. And one more. Snip them apart, cut off that excess, put that in my excess pile. And then do the other 3 corners. I'm not worried about pressing them yet. I'll press them in a minute. Right now I'm just going to trim and sew the next corner.
Is there material for sashing and one border?
Is there material for sashing and one border? Oh, you mean to sash this project and put a border? Yeah, there is of the solids. Yeah, I could make it bigger. Yeah.
You're going to use your triangle cutoffs for the border?
I can use the triangle cutoffs for something else. I'm not going to use them in this quilt because I'm not in the mood. Trying to get this done. I'll
Well,
just
you're
use
almost
them
there.
for something else.
You're almost there. It's been an hour and look at you.
Because those have to be squared up to a different size, and then I have to make sure they even fit. You know, I'll just use them to make a matching something or other for this, you know? All right, let's do that again. More on yellow. This one is now purple. This one is green. Yellow. I should have 4 left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it doesn't matter what corner I put whatever color in. Actually, I'm just going to sew them right now, and then we'll cut everything off. So I'll put a yellow one in this one. I'll put the green one on this one. I'll put the purple one on this one. I got a sneeze coming.
Get it out.
I can't. It's not coming up.
I hate that when they don't let it out. Your eyes all watery, nose tickling. Come on, just sneeze and get it done.
It hasn't helped that it's been windy today and yesterday, and there's been so much dust outside. Like, it's, allergy season for me, even though I've had a sinus infection for months. Oh, 2. Okay, throw that over there. There. I'm only making 4 of these because my 1 charm pack didn't do a lot. If you do 2 charm packs, then you'll get 10 of those blocks, and then you can do however many of these and just alternate them. That should get a bigger lap quilt. They are pretty big blocks, so. All right, let me press these and then we'll put them on the wall.
Of course.
All right, there's one. Put it right here. Oh, there's a lot of yellow in that corner. Let's put it on this one. I can move them around, you know?
Looking pretty cool, though.
There we go. Who says anything has to be exact? You can do whatever you want to make a quilt. And this one just shows that I'm doing whatever the heck I want. Let's see, this one ends with purple, so let's put the purple right there. Perfect. Put this one right here. And see, it is a Monet, and the quilt is a Monet. Just random blob. It's a blob quilt, but messy with purpose. Messy with purpose. I'm literally just going to hook them together like that. And then I'll take these colors, this yellow, this green, and this purple, and do 3 borders of it. And then take the rest of this and cut it and put it around as a 4th border. And there we'll have a quilt. So I'm going to go right sides together. I'm not going to put sashing between these because I think the blocks look fine together like that. They look more artistic, artsy fartsy, you know, just direct together. Oh, come on, you dumb thing. There we go. I'm just making a giant 9 patch. I'm going to press them towards the big block, the open block. I think that has less seams that way. All right. Grab this from that side. Right there. Yep. Can't go far without this falling off my lap. Up, at the same size. And obviously my thread is going to come undone because I'm on live stream. Woohoo! You know. Okay, straighten that back up again. Put that on my lap. All right, the middle one. It's all twisted and turned and trying to go every which way but the right way. I think this is so neat. It's funky. It's neat. It's artistic. It's me being me. The things you can do with fabric. Okay, put those together. All right, and this lovely seam right here, and just hold it, because I don't need pins. I just need to hold the seam.
Are you now going to cut the big 9 patch up?
Huh?
Are you now going to cut the big 9 patch up?
Nope, I'm not going to cut the 9 patch up now. You could, though, cut the 9 patch up in half and in half again, and then mix and match the pieces. But I'm not doing that. I am just doing this. And like I said, you can do bigger, you know, like add more charm packs and do 6 across by 7 down, or, you know, something like that. And then you don't have to worry about chopping anything. You just put them together. All right, open and place this one on top of that one. Turn it around. Flat. Thank you. Stay where I put you. I didn't finger press that second seam. I'm just sewing it. I just got to hold it the way I want it to go. It's naturally trying to go towards the bigger open block, or snowballed block, or whatever you want to call that block. All right, let me press this, and then we'll cut some fabric and go around it with some borders. This is perfect baby size right now. Look at that. I love it.
How did you didn't tell me Karen got her bag?
Karen got her bag already? She didn't tell me.
She said you sent you a message on Friday.
Oh, then I didn't see it yet.
Well, see, Karen, Tiff didn't know either.
Yeah, I didn't know. That was quick.
Yeah.
All right, turn this. Press the opposite side. It's kind of, you know, like 40 something by, I don't know.
She sent a thank you on your messenger thingy.
Yeah, I'll have to look at my messenger thingy, because I've been missing messages on there, obviously. I can't believe it got there that fast.
Yeah, neither can I.
Wow. All the way to Ireland. Okay, we're gonna put this right here for a minute so that you can see it. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut one. Let's see how wide it is. I need a measuring thing real quick. It should be the same both ways, but we want an exact number, 39 and a half. 39 and a half. Okay, so I'm going to cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1.5-inch strips off of all these colors. And then I'm going to sew them together into very long strips, and then that very long strip, and then go all the way around. Is it going to be accurate? Probably not, because I'm trying to cut through all these layers. Oh, it didn't get it all. Right there, missed. I'm cutting 5 1.5-inch strips. Oh, are you kidding me? No, don't do that. That's what I get for cutting too many layers at once. And one more time, and then I'm gonna take the selvages off, hook them all together, and make giant long strips, and we'll, what's the word for it? Attach 5. There we go. Set that aside. I don't need no more of those. I'm going to sew them into one really, really, really long strip of each color. And then I'm going to, what is the word for it? Miter the borders. And I'm going to put them on and miter them. Sew them together first. Shouldn't take too long. Oh, come on. There we go. And yes, I cut 5 of each, not 4 of each, because I want to do mitered borders with my really long strips. Plus, I think the green or the yellow, one of them is shorter than the rest of all these. But we're going to make it work. The yellow, yeah, the yellow is the short one, shorter than the rest of everything, which is kind of weird. But they are different brands. I never said any brand of fabric is going to be the same length on their solids. That's why when I use the Robert Kaufman quilting calculator app, I always just put 42 inches, because at least every fabric has 42 inches. But some are like 44 and 45. I'm like, wow, this fabric has, a lot of room. But look at it. This one's like not even. That one's way out, and that one's out. It's crazy how much of a difference 3 different brands have. All right, I'm going to hook them end to end and then sew them in really, really, really long strips. I'm going to start with the yellow, move the bottom one out of the way. And the next 2 are right sides together. Just sew these first. I think I'm going to put yellow in the middle because it's not as long, so that way none of the seams will match up. Make sense? I'll have Scott press this. So I have one really, really, really long strip now of the yellow. He just needs to press the seams one way or the other. There's only like 4 seams.
It don't matter which way?
Nope. One way or the other.
Oh, you give me free rein. That could be dangerous.
Bottom Just run the iron across the whole entire thing.
Could be dangerous.
Make it
Why?
nice and flat for me. And there we go, losing our thread again. My goodness.
What's up, danger?
Oh, it tangled. Look at that. I didn't even take off fast.
Running into dangerous waters here. Giving your husband an iron and free reign. I tell you. You never know what'll come of that. Even Thumper's running.
And one more time. Snip apart past the Scott so that he can make these seams and the whole strip flat. Do it again. Next two together. And that's 3 pieces, not 2, right? Or is that 2? Whew! That's 2. One more time. You know, this is so much fun doing it this way because it gets it done faster. All right, so here's one. As soon as he gets another one pressed, yeah.
Okay.
As soon as he gets another one pressed, I'll start attaching those two while he's pressing the next one.
Okay.
Yellow will be in the middle of the 2 colors. So I'll just wait for him to get that done, pass it to me, and then I could start super sewing, my favorite thing to do. Super sewing! I don't even know what to talk about. My goodness. Any questions? No, I don't see any.
Tell them from last night's video, all the wall hangings are sold.
From last night's video, all the wall hangings are sold, by the way, for anybody that was curious.
Of table runners and baby quilts.
I do have table runners and baby quilts left, or lap, whatever you want to call them. And I have tons of big quilts left, too.
Of course, hopscotch is still for sale. And all the big quilts from the last D-stash. Every single one is still for sale. Did they hear all that?
I hope you heard all that, because I'm not repeating him. He's trying to be a silly.
No, no.
With his,
be a salesman.
with your voice, I mean.
I'm saying it loud so they can hear it. I'm being silly. I'm being loud. So
all right, I'm going to hook this one now. Right sides together. Let's find that seam, whichever way it is. That way I know that goes this way, and then this one come from this side, goes that way.
How hot is it? Tell them too hot.
It's too hot here, yes.
Too hot.
Not too hot for me. It's too hot for him. Or anybody else.
You complain about how hot it is in the house, and it's way cooler in here than outside, so I don't want to hear it. If you can't handle in the house, then it's definitely too hot out.
All right, here we go. Super stitching, which I love to do. I have a feeling that they both need to come from the same side, though, because yep, they're twisting and turning on me. Not allowed to do it like that. My goodness, Tiffany. My favorite thing to do, and it's not working because of The way the pieces are coming into my hands.
Did I do something wrong?
No, it's because everything's twisted.
Oh.
Look at that. So now I got to press it to the yellow because I'm going to press it all towards the middle real quick. I'm just going to go over there and quickly try to press this. Moving all that other stuff out of my lovely way.
While you're doing that, I will take it up and show him what is on the wall.
He's going to show you the quilt while I'm doing this because it's going to take a minute to press this really long strip all to the yellow.
It is magnificent.
Actually, I could just press the other one to the green. Doesn't matter. Sorry, like I said, it takes a minute to press this really, really, really long seam. Because I got to make sure it doesn't pleat or anything. Then we'll attach the green to it. Hoping this is fully enough to go all the way around. Should be. All right. I need the whole thing. And now I'm going to attach the green to it. I gotta make sure it's the right direction. That way. Yes, I am putting the green on the bottom, which is the single strip. I don't normally do that. I would put it on the top, but it's the way I'm holding it anyway. Is this what?
Oh, the disappearing friendship star?
Yeah, it's pretty much a disappearing friendship star.
Okay.
That's what I made, a friendship star, and I chopped it up and it disappeared, which I've never seen anyone do, so I figured I would do it. It came to me, said, hey, that's what you should do with this. Coming up on the end. Look at how fast I get that done. I'm so glad I taught myself how to do that. All right, I'm going to press it towards the green, and then we're going to start attaching it to the quilt. I'm just holding everything flat. I'm not trying to, bow anything. When I sewed it, I let the machine do the work. I didn't pull or tug, so everything is nice and flat. Yes, please. Right there. Thank you.
I can see clearly now that you smacked me with an iron.
Oh, the audience would hear it if I smacked you with an iron.
Yes, they would.
How many of you are going to call the police, though? And send them to my house for beating my husband with an iron. Oh, that'd be funny. They'd be like, no, I want to see it. Do it some more. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
You don't mean on me, aren't you?
I like gruesome and blood and guts, and I watch a lot of horror movies. And have we watched one where anybody's done anything with an iron before?
Since when do you watch a lot of horror movies? You don't watch any horror movies with me. I watch all the horror movies.
Have we watched one where they have hurt somebody with an iron, though? I don't.
Sure, yes.
I've seen a face being burnt with an iron. I don't remember what TV show was on one of those episodes that I've watched. Those CSI things. One of those kind of shows. It is a dangerous thing, though. I've burnt myself too many times. Funny thing is I burnt myself as a child, too.
Does it with the iron.
Yeah, Home Alone does it with the iron, yeah.
It doesn't look like you did the end.
Why? It ran out.
The iron?
Yeah, it's ironed all the way.
Oh, it didn't look like it. Sorry.
All right. I'm going to, I think this is 4 inches, 3.5 inches, something like that. 1, 2, 3.5. Yep, 3.5 inches. So I'm going to hang it over by like 4 inches to start. Which is technically more because I had this end in my hand at the moment, so. Okay, just go over there. For a mitered border, I think I'm going to put the purple first because that's the side that I'm on. I'm going to hang this end. Don't count. These pieces that are hanging off aren't counting. I'm going to use the yellow as the guide. I'm going to hang it over about 4 inches. To know that you have it hanging over about the size of the border, if you're going to do a mitered border, fold it and line up your raw edge to your raw edge and go, oh, hey, that's plenty because it's lining up. The yellow lines up with the edge of the purple. So I'm going to start with it hanging off like that, and I'm going to start a 1/4 inch in. I'm going to put my needle down a 1/4 inch in. I usually guesstimate this one. Take a stitch or two, back stitch, and then work on down. When I get to the opposite end, I'm going to stop a 1/4 inch from the edge. That, again, I just guessed because I'm so used to it now, but I'm going to stop a 1/4 inch from the edge. Right there, back stitch. Yep, perfect 1/4 inch right there. And now I'm going to fold this on top of itself, like this, a little bit beyond, and I'm going to cut that end off. Why? Because I don't need it. Stay up here, please. Thank you very much. I'm going to cut it about right here. That should be plenty. Nice and straight. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move that completely out of the way, turn this whole entire thing, knock the thread out of the needle, because that's just what happens when we work too close to our machine. Where's the threader? There it is. Okay, I'm going to fold that one out of the way, exposing my 1/4 inch seam. I'm going to do that same procedure. I'm going to fold it so that I know that it's 4 inches or 3 or 4 inches. You know, it's 3.5, so I need it to be at least past 4. I'm going to start in at a 1/4 inch. Again, I just guess. Nope, that's not right there. Right there. I just guess a 1/4 inch in. You can mark it with pin, but I just do it by feel and eye. And I sew on down, stopping a 1/4 inch from the opposite end. And since I, for the life of me, right now at this point, cannot keep this thing flat in front of me, I'm just going to cut off what I need now and then continue on. Come up, stopping a 1/4 inch from the edge. Look at that, almost perfect. Fold that out of the way. I kind of fold it out of the way, all the way out of the way, so that way my seam is exposed and I can feel it. Do the same procedure. I'm going to fold it over, crossing over just a little bit, and I'm going to lay it down on here, holding it. You can finger mark where that 1/4 inch is if you want. So that's right there. Put the needle down in it. I can feel it. What is it grabbing? It's grabbing this. It's not supposed to be grabbing that. Right there, where the needle hole is where I'm going to put it down. There we go. Sew on down. Stop a 1/4 inch from the edge, but the first thing I'm going to do, because it's easier to just do it while I'm right here, let's get this on the table more. Fold it, cut the excess off. Stop a 1/4 inch from the edge. Fold that back. Turn it. Grab a piece. This is the last side. I'm going to just fold it over so I can see where I want to start with my needle. Out of the way. There. Perfect. And then I will stop at a 1/4 inch from the edge with my needle when I get to this side. right, and see, I have plenty to go with. I'm going to move this piece out of the way so that I can come up to that 1/4 inch piece and stop right there. All right. You don't have to move. You don't have to go anywhere. Mitered corners are so simple. You're literally going to take this edge, bring it down to this edge, lining up those greens. Nice and straight. Line up just what's in front of you, right here. Nice and straight. Bring this over here. Probably going to knock the thread out of the machine, but hey, you know, it happens. I'm going to fold it nicely right here. Everything is perfectly lined up. And Scott's going to bring the camera over so that you can see, because mitered borders a lot of people struggle with, but this is actually really easy. Yep, perfect. I can't tell, but whatever, because I can't see the camera. So I have it right here in front of me. The fold touches right here where I ended with my 1/4 inch seam. I need a ruler that has a 45 just because I'm right in front of it. And I'm going to take my 45-inch line on my ruler. You don't need a big, huge one, but this will just do right here. And I'm going to line it up with just right here on my table with the edge of this right here. And I'm going to line the 45 on the edge right here. Match it with that dot where I ended my seam. And I'm going to draw a line right there. Move that out of the way. Try not to adjust anything here. And I'm going to start where that seam right here end and put the needle down in that. Right there. I'm going to take a stitch forward and a stitch backwards. And now I'm just going to sew on that line that I just drew. Before I cut anything away, I always open it up. Okay, that one nested, but this one did not. I probably should have nested that. But, you know, I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to cut that away. Maybe I'll do better on the next corner. So I'm just going to cut away a 1/4 inch seam right here. Sometimes it's more than a 1/4, but whatever. I'm going to leave it. All right, so one mitered corner down. You know, once I press it, maybe I can manipulate it better right here. Go to the next one. So it's hanging over. You can see they crossed over each other pretty good. Just going to fold it on top of it right here while I sit right here. Line that my outer one up. And then push these seams out. Line that up. Grab the ruler again. Put that 45 line right here at my dot. Lining it up here. Lining it up here. There. And drawing a line to sew on. Kind of hard to do because, you know, I drew in that little hole on my machine where you grab the thing. All right, so I'm going to put my needle down right where the last one ended, back stitch, and now I'm going to flip that and this like this. Just gonna flip those seams so that they nest. Sewing on the line. See, I said I'd do better, so I'm just gonna flip them. Sewing on the line. Let's see how much better that looks. Much better. See? Perfect mitered corner. So now, I didn't waste a bunch by having, you know, 100 inches on each side. You don't need that much. Just measure that slight amount beyond what you need. So this is ready to be pressed. Go to the next one. Again, you don't have to get up for this. When you have the machine bed, at least, it works perfect. I don't know. If you have like the side you can work on right next to you, that also works. Line it up, pushing those seams back, lining this up. right here, and I'm gonna push it a little bit over this way so I'm not drawing it in that hole on my machine bed. I'm also gonna try not to drop my lovely friction pin here. Push that back, line that 45 up, line this hole up, line the edge up, draw my lovely line, and I'm going to flip those seams again too. I'm just going to put the needle in the hole right there, and then I'm going to fold these seams the opposite direction and sew on my line. I should have did this with the first one, but that's okay. No big deal until I look at it first. So there it is. Everything's matched up. I'm hoping this really helps you guys with mitered corners. I started doing it this way, like, I don't know, about 5 years in, and I have not stopped since. I don't get up to do anything extra. I don't, spend any extra time. I just sit right here at the machine, even on big, huge ones, like 9 and 10 inch, see, and we knocked the thread out while we were here. Even 9 and 10 inch borders that I'm mitering, I still do it this way. I could fit it right here in front of me. I can't go too much bigger though, because the bed of the machine is only so big, All right, lining those up. Use my fingers to push that seam up that way. These are matched up. And this is the last corner, I think, right? This was the fourth one. Just gonna put that 45 on there, line it up, hook it to that dot right there, and slide it over so I'm not in the hole. It may look like I'm not straight, guys, but I really am. It just doesn't look like it because I'm pretty sloppy about laying all that out. As long as this is straight and from your hole comes out straight with this on the 45, it's usually good. All right, take a couple stitches. I'm gonna fold those seams the opposite directions. They're nesting right up. And sew on my lovely drawn line. Check it, then cut it. Perfect. Check it, then cut it. And again, I didn't really cut a 1/4 inch seam, but
Do you do binding the same way?
My binding is not the same way, no. I mean, well, yeah, I fold from under up and then put the other one on top. You have to watch my binding videos to see that. Let me go press this. Scott will put the camera back. We'll put it up on the wall, and I guess I'll go over by a few minutes to attach the second border, because this is considered one border. I'm just pressing it. Yeah, I do binding with mitered corners, yes. Oops.
Do you have the video on the rule of thumb on nesting seams?
A rule of thumb of nesting seams. What do you mean? I don't know.
What's a good size for a lap quilt for an adult?
A good size for a lap quilt for an adult, I would say 60 by 80. But anything over 50 inches by 60 something inches is good size for, lounging around on the couch for an adult to cover their legs and whatever else you use to, laying it down on the living room floor at the fireplace, however you sit and cuddle with your quilts, I did all 4 sides. No, I did not.
Yeah.
One more side. Whew.
Almost.
One more. My brain saw that I did 4, but then I looked and I did not. All right, so there it is with the mitered.
Oh, you didn't need me to help.
Nope, it's still not huge. I Like I said, it's kid size. Kid won't know who Monet is anyway. I need this out of my way. All right, I'm gonna real quickly press this.
Take your time.
And then I'm going to throw that out of the way,
Do
that
your thing.
out of the
Take your
way.
time.
We're gonna see.
If you press the corners open or to one side.
So usually they spin. So this one is pressed this way. This one is pressed that way. This one is pressed this way. And this one is pressed up that way. Normally they just spin. So I don't press them open. I don't rarely ever press any seam open. My own personal rule for that, because I've gotten a lot of quilts where people have pressed the seam open and I stitched in a ditch and it's ripped the seam of their quilt, and it's not my fault, it's the seam that was pressed open and they wanted me to stitch in the ditch. So then I have to glue and fix it and blah 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 blah, you know. So I don't press any of my seams open. I tried a few times and I guess what, I stitched in the ditch, you know. Sometimes they break open, but a lot of times, you know, like if you're careful with it, it doesn't. But all right, we're gonna see how many I need. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 5 strips, unless they're bigger than 3.5 inches. Let's see, how much do I have? We're gonna go 22 inches I have available divided by. We'll do divided by 6 just in case. Let's see. 22 divided by 6 is 3.5. Okay, so we're gonna cut 3.5 inch strips.
Oh yeah, are you gonna turn it? That's not the actual finished direction, right? Because the blocks are sideways.
Oh yeah. I'll turn it. I'm not gonna put this one on directional though, because I don't have enough of it to do that. So I'm doing 3.5 inches. Actually, I could probably do it directional. Let's see. Hold on. 2 that are facing this way. Hold on. Oh, wait. Let's make this directional too so that I can do this right. So I need 2 and a third. That's directionally this direction.
Directionally this direction?
Yep. So I'm going to hook these together and put one on the top and one on the bottom. Let's just keep that folded. I'm going to cut the salvages off at the same time. Hook the ends together. And then I will cut, well, that's going to be a lot of seams, but we're going to try it. What do you mean, what's upside down?
The wall. That's the top. That's the bottom.
This is the top, that's the bottom, because these are directional. I mean, some of them aren't, but these were.
Yeah, I thought they go the other way.
No, they go this way.
Are you sure?
Am I sure? I don't know if I'm sure. Let's look. Okay, maybe they go this way. You know.
All I'm saying is for the stuff you're cutting now, because it has to go on there the same way as those.
I'm going to do that, yes.
Okay, well, that's why I'm saying make sure you have that the right way before you add one.
Yep.
That's all I was getting at.
All right.
Don't look at the fan. That was what I'm saying.
Oops.
I'll
Oh,
get it.
just leave it for a minute.
You sure?
Yep.
Cool. Okay.
Let me put these together.
Okay.
All right. One more. And then I'm going to take, I wonder how much of this I can get for the sides. Because I don't need as much on the sides. See if I can't put both the colors. All right. Will you press those 2 seams for me? Let's see. How much do I have? I don't have enough to go up and down. How much of this?
How long has that batting been on our wall?
That batting has been on my wall for, oh my goodness, like
Years?
4 years now.
Years?
All right, we're going to do something here. I'm going to hook this to this. I'm going to make the sides one color and the top and bottom another color because I can. So I'm going to hook these two pieces together. And then I'm going to grab some more off of this, however big this is, and I'm going to hook those together. Mm-hmm. We're going to make this work, my friends. Let me straighten that on this side. We're going to hook that to the next part of it. I love being able to do stuff like this. Just make it work. All right, so this is going to go on here now. We're going to make a nice long piece, and then we're going to split it. That should be good enough, this size. All right, let me press these seams, and then we'll fold and cut this into 3 3.5-inch strips off of what I just made here. I'm going to make it work. We're going to make it work. Okay, that's the top and bottom. And this will be the sides. I'm going to hook them to the ends, to each other's ends, though. All right, let's fold that. Let's fold it a second time, nice and square. Keeping it nice and square. Cut this edge straight. I'm going to line this up on the two sides. That way everything stays nice and square. And we're going to cut 3 3.5-inch strips. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to move that aside. Half of this will go on this one, and half will go on the other side. And that should be long enough for the sides. I'm literally just going to cut it in half and hook it half on this side. Perfect. And it's directional. Making sure one more time. Nope. It's this way. Yep. That way. Perfect. Don't matter. As long as it's on there. This is my art piece. This is the Tiffany Monet.
Tiffany Monet, I like
yep,
that.
Yep, the Tiffany Monet. You know. All right, I'm going to hook one of these to each side. So I'm going to check to make sure it's a side and check to make sure these are in the correct direction. All right, where's the side? Goes. Was it this way? Yes. All right. I just need 1. And then we need to make sure the direction goes this way. I'm going to line it up, hook it on. I'm going to put a 1/4-inch seam there too, because if not, I'm going to screw that all up. look at that. Didn't need that piece. All right, I'm going to make sure before I do anything that this is the correct direction. Flip it around. Everything nice and flat. I'm going to cut off the excess, make it equal. All right, let me press these and we'll add the top and bottom, and then this lovely project will be done.
You did that whole thing just over 2 hours.
Well, technically I started like 15 minutes in, so.
Okay, so then you did the whole thing 2 hours.
Yeah, so technically it's a 2-hour quilt. I think I'm going to have a tiny bit of waviness on that border because of the way the whatchamacallit border comes in. But since I am quilting it, I think it will be okay. So just a tiny bit. It's not like the kind that I'm going to be so worried about that it's going to change shape of the quilt. It's just a tiny amount. Nothing a little bit of starch can't fix too, if it really bothers me.
Match it up, no penning. Pip don't pen.
Yeah, I don't pin. I probably would have better results if I pinned, but guess what? I don't want to. All right, now we got to put this back direction. So this way? Yep, it's this way. All right, let's make sure these are correct. I just need to hook this on here. That is not the right way. This is the right way. Let's see how far this is going to go. If it lands at the edge of a seam, I hate when it does that. Oh no, it's far away. Okay, good. All right, line it up and sew it. All right, coming up on this edge. Cut it to size. Sorry about my hair on the microphone again.
Oh, it's okay.
It falls where it falls. I can't control it
It's
unless
okay.
I double ponytail it.
It's okay.
All right. So if that one is facing up, hold on. We got to make sure. Goes this way. Right here. It's gonna look cool with the different colors on the side and the bottom. Nobody ever said it had to be the same color borders, you know. size. I'm going to press it, and then we'll hang it up, and it'll be completely done. And look at that. I did cut the right amount of pieces. All right. This is the bottom. So we'll start with that. That way when I go to hang it on the wall, it's the right way. Oh, this looks cool with the two different colors. Oh, come on. I like it too. All right, turn it around and press.
Oh, you're saying your hair's so shiny and pretty tonight.
Yep, I just washed my hair. I wash my hair on Sundays and Wednesdays, if you guys were curious. A lot of people say, oh, when do you wash your hair? Or how often? I wash Sundays and Wednesdays. If I wash it too much, right now my hair is falling out worse than it's ever fallen out. I mean, clumps are coming out. Scott was going through my head because I've been having an MS flare where I itch really bad, and it's affecting my scalp too. And so I had him check my hair just to make sure that I have no anything wrong with my scalp. It's not my scalp, it's my MS.
Fine.
But he did find bald spots, so
Your head was fine.
I'm hanging about right here. It's probably crooked, but that's because we never hang them flat.
Trying to tell people you never bathe here.
Yep, but I shower all the time. I just tie my hair up. I have a bonnet that I put on my head to keep my hair up when I shower. There's my finished Monet Tiffany Monet. Like I said, I have a tiny bit of waviness on the borders, but it's not horrible. I'm just going to starch it. Let's see how big it came out. Probably bigger than my thingy here. Oh, no, maybe not. Oops. It's going to be a complete square because it was a complete square before. 51.5. Exactly 51.5. So it's 51.5 inches square. So that is perfect. Lap size, or for a little kid to drag around, or whatever.
Tiffany Monet.
It's a Tiffany Monet, or Tiffy Monet. That sounds better. Yeah, that's what Scott said. Tiffy Monet.
Yeah.
Because everybody calls me Tiffy or Tiff, or my dad used to call me weird stuff like Tiffers and Tifferette and like so many dumb words. Tifferoni.
They can own their own Tiffany Monet. Yes, yeah. It is for sale when done.
I like it. I think it turned out awesome. And that's just one charm pack. I didn't use quite 3/4 yards of the 3 colors, I didn't use quite all of it, so there's still some left. So I would say 3/4 of a yard anyway for that. So I had 3/4 of a yard of 2 different prints that went with one charm pack, and then 3/4 of a yard of 3 different prints to go with, or solids, to go with it, to artsy fartsy it up. I if you guys make one of these, Karen will have it written out, and if you're in the Facebook group, eventually she'll have it written out. As soon as she does, it'll be in the Facebook group, and then you can go and download or print that PDF thing up. And then I'm curious to see what it looked like in, say, a different array of colors, something other than, but matchy at the same time. You know what I mean? Like rainbow colors, but different version. I don't know. Or like Civil War fabrics, or just whatever with a grunge. Mix it up. I'm curious to see. So if you're gonna make it, post it in the Facebook group or on Instagram and tag at Tiffany's Quilting Life, and I will see it, because sometimes I see things. Curious to see what it would look like in other stuff. I'm not making it again though, because I'm not in the mood. Oh, I'm not in no hurry, Karen. You get what you do when you do it. I'm not worried. Anyways, any questions or anything before I leave here?
Any questions? Ask now. Forever hold your peace.
Ask now or forever hold your peace until Thursday when I'm back on.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
For some breakfast at Tiffany's. And who knows what I'll be chopping up then either, because, you know, I'm always doing something. But
how do you get the wrinkles out of fabric?
How do I get the wrinkles? A lot of ironing and water. Just spray water and then iron with steam. Spray water and then iron with steam. Sometimes the wrinkles don't come out. It's unfortunate, but sometimes they've been in the fabric for so long, even after you quilt it, the wrinkles are still there. It just what happens. Once it's washed though and the whole thing crinkles, it goes together. What I was going to say is
Thursday and Sunday.
Yeah, I will be on Thursday for breakfast at Tiffany's and then again on Sunday. I've managed to add to the pile that I recently removed in the closet. There's so many quilts to quilt, but I've literally quilted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quilts recently. So I took away 5 and added 1. How much yardage makes a charm pack? Hold on. 15, 20, 25. That makes no. It would be 30 for 42. So 1 3/4 yards or so. I think it's 42 5-inch squares because you get 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 4 per. I mean, you'd have to do the math. I'm not 100%, but I don't know. Anyways, all right. Well, if that's it, I'm going to get going. Thank you guys for hanging out, watching me chop up my friendship. Anyways, see you guys later. Bye.